I'm super excited, man. I got into FPV.
So what you say? Well, the interesting is not that I got into FPV. The interesting is how I get from zero to hero.
So as some of you may know, I've been flying the Mavic drones for quite some time now. I consider myself quite an experienced pilot, but I mean, guys, over a year I've been hesitating. Like, should I get into FPV? Maybe that's just going to drag away too much attention from, you know, the rest of the stuff. I mean, I can tell you guys, a year of hesitation. The thing that scared me away is, like, obviously the first time you read about FPV, it's like, you know, you're gonna start soldering your own stuff. The tool's gonna break, you need to know how to fix it and all that stuff, right? So like that's pretty much, I think, what scares most of the people away, and what scared me away, frankly. But things to know about me: if I don't get over an idea, you know, in 1 or 2 months, it's likely something that is never going to go away. So I finally gave in, and in the end I pulled the trigger and I bought myself a drone. So even though I flew a lot of Mavics and a lot of, you know, GPS controlled cinema drones, as they call it, I actually never flew an FPV drone. Like, well, that's actually not true, because I did have a Tiny Hawk that I bought myself a year ago to, you know, just fly around the house here. But the first time I brought it outside, I actually flew it off into the woods and I never found it again. So yeah, you can say that I'm a complete noob in FPV. If I start this journey, I want to make sure that, you know, I document as much as I can from all the frustration, the difficulties, the challenges, and of course, hopefully the success, right, that I have. Because I think that, you know, if someone wants to get into this hobby, they really need to know what they're up to, right? But, you know, there is a lot of good videos online that teach you the fundamentals of FPV, but most of them actually teach you once you're on the field starting. The first lesson, guys, if you want to start FPV, well, don't start without tools and with crappy tools, because that's a no-go. I mean, this is taking me so much time and so much stress that, yeah. Because, like, really, what's the worst that can happen? Maybe blow up. Fingers crossed. Good luck. Done. So lessons learned until now. Number one, just because you're buying a Maiden Flight quad doesn't mean that you're gonna bind it and fly.
Well, Maiden Flight quad still requires you to do some soldering if you buy it without a receiver. Number two,
You need tools. Like, I'm not a handyman. Trying to save costs on tools is just gonna make your life harder.
Alright, finally, as you can see, there's no rain, so time for the Maiden Flight. It's freaking cold, and I don't think I have much time because the sun is about to set in 2 hours, so I only brought 2 batteries anyway. Plus it's pretty cold. I don't know, can you even fly drones in gloves?
So as you can see, those were the Maiden Flight and day 2. Now, full transparency, even before I started with this whole FPV thing, I already practiced a lot in the simulator, right? So I have, like, I think 100 hours plus in the simulator, which helped a lot, you know. And I was feeling more or less confident in the first flight. But guys, That's it for the first episode of Zero to Hero FPV. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up and make sure you start following me, subscribe, the bell and the usual things. It really helps me. And also, if you have any suggestions, write it down in the comments. I'm happy to take any suggestions. Now again, I'm still at 0, so hopefully your help will get me to hero. Until then, see you in the next one.